Hey, what's up, Capture One crew? In this video tutorial, I'm going to edit a bird, a flycatcher that I photographed in Colombia. So we're looking at him or her right now. I'm just going to zoom in here real quick and take a look or show you the sharpness and a little bit of the noise. The noise is easy to get rid of. However, the sharpness is a little bit difficult to recoup. So if I go to the refine section here, and then I can go to the sharpening, I can increase the sharpening, and then I can mess around or play with the radius and the threshold or the range of the sharpening, and then I can decrease the noise, add more detail, but it just doesn't do a good job in recovering everything. So I'm just going to reset this photo, and I'm going to show you a comparison photo that I edited in Topaz Photo AI. I have a separate tutorial on how I got this photo into this photo here. This is a Canon R100 CR3 RAW file, and this is a DNG file outputted from Topaz Photo AI. So we're going to be working with this photo that I used in Topaz Photo AI just because it's a little bit better with the sharpness and noise reduction. So let me just uncheck this photo here, click on this photo here, and zoom in, and let's take a look at this photo. So as you can see, there's no reset option here. So we're working with a clean Topaz Photo AI file here. Now I am going to reduce the noise slightly here, add a little bit of detail, increase the sharpening, and it's just a subtle change. And if I zoom out, you don't notice too much of the noise, so that looks fine. Now let's take a look at this photo at the regular view. And we can see here this bird is looking from right to left. We can flip it because a lot of people like the subject looking right, as in reading left to right, but I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm not going to flip the photo. What I will do is I will crop it, and I'm going to right click and select a ratio of 4:5. I'm going to right click again and just rotate this, because I'm going to put this on my Instagram profile or my Instagram account. And let me see, let me move this crop around. One thing I didn't do a good job is that I didn't get enough of the bottom part of the bird, so the crop isn't as great as I would like. But that's okay. I think I can just work with this, and I'm going to press enter. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to right click on this and just go to square. I think I can work with square a little bit better because I'm going to have too much negative or dead space at the top. So I'm going to press enter there. Now this bird does look kind of like in the middle, so doesn't really have that rule of thirds look, but this is in the top left quadrant or in the corner, and this part is in the bottom right. And there are leading lines or leading curves with the bird and the leaves. Let's take a look at the grid there. So it's not too bad. Of course, this isn't a cropping tutorial, it's a Capture One tutorial, so forgive me. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go to the adjust section here. This is going to be a simple edit. Nothing too fancy. The photo looks pretty good itself. Even this photo, without any editing other than some of the noise reduction and the sharpening Topaz Photo AI, it still looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is go to the layer section. I'm going to click on subject right here, and it automatically selected the bird, which it did a good job. And so I created a new layer, a subject mask. And then I can click on this AI select here, and then just click on the beak a little bit more, like that. Click here, click here. Maybe I can take that part of the feet, click here. And this area doesn't really matter if I get the feet or not, mainly because I'm going to be working mostly with color. I'm going to press the keyboard shortcut M to hide the mask. I'll go to the selector tool. Now I'm going to go to the color editor, and I'm just going to increase the saturation And if you want to look at something funky, I can play with the hue. This green looks unnatural, but this more orange color looks a little bit more interesting, but I'm not going to adjust the hue. I'm just going to increase the saturation to about 42. So I'm going to option click on the before and after, so that looks pretty good. And let's see what we can do. Let's take a look at clarity here. I'll increase the clarity and the structure. So this bird is looking a little bit more detailed. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you the before and after without the clarity and structure. Right now it's on natural, but if I go to punch, it looks a little bit more interesting. So this is punch and this is natural. So punch literally gives it a slight pop or a boost. So I think I'll keep it like that, but I'm gonna decrease clarity and the structure to about 15. I think this guy is starting to look pretty interesting. Now the other thing I can do is I can probably increase the exposure a little bit. Let's take a look here. I think I'll keep it at 0.09 and then maybe increase these shadows here. Let's see if contrast negates it too much. No, I'm going to reset contrast here. And I think the brightness looks good on this image here. And the other thing I can probably do is put like a custom type of vignette on this guy here. So I'm going to create a new layer here, a new empty layer. And then I'm going to click on this radial mask. And I'm just going to paint or brush and put this radial mask over this guy and rotate it like this. And I'll increase the feather of this radial mask, just like that. Yeah, so this radial mask doesn't look as good due to the crop, but I'll try to do the best I could. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to decrease the highlights. Actually, my fault. I need to work on this guy here. Actually, the brightness looks good. So what I'm going to do is right click on here, invert the mask. I'm going to press the keyboard shortcut M to show you where it's impacting. I'll hide the mask by pressing the keyboard shortcut M. And I'm going to decrease the highlights. And then I'm going to decrease the exposure a little bit. And then I'm going to, let me see here, desaturate the outer skirts a little bit. So I'll go to the color editor and I will decrease the saturation. So this is when it's at -80, but I think -18 looks a little bit better. This is with the edit, this is without the edit. So this is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. So what do you guys think of this bird flycatcher edit in Capture One? Do you guys like it, or let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, live easy, sleep breezy, and stay lovely.